Hey everyone, welcome to Belly Strong. Today I have a Swiss ball workout for you. Now this is a really great tool to use during pregnancy, not only for workouts, but also for labor, which we will probably get to in about 8 weeks or so. So what you'll need is a mat and a Swiss ball. Obviously, have some water nearby to keep you hydrated. Remember to take everything at your own pace, and we'll get started with a warm-up in sitting. So what you'll need to do is just sit on your Swiss ball, and we're starting with a bit of a bounce. Now this is just to get the legs a little bit warm. So as you bounce up, you're pushing off the ground, so you should feel those hamstrings working. Keep the legs a little bit wide to accommodate that belly, and we're just bouncing for 10 more. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're then going to sit centered with that abdomen braced, and you're just going to extend one knee. So now we're activating some of those really deep stabilizing muscles in preparation for our workout as we balance on the ball. So just alternate knee extensions, moving from side to side. And 4, 3, 2, and 1. You're then going to do a bit of a twist. So arms come overhead, and it's a twist as your arms come to a 90-degree position. So getting that upper back moving. If that's nice and easy, you're going to add that knee extension that we just did for a bit more of a challenge. And to switch on all of those stabilizing muscles that we're going to end up using for this workout. One more each side. Hands down on hips. You're going to do some hip circles here. So you're tucking the pelvis under, taking it round, back to the side, and then repeat. And we keep going in one direction. 2 more. And then other direction. Try to keep the upper body relaxed and still, so it's not a whole body movement. We're really isolating the movement to this section of the body. 2, 1, and we go back to the beginning. So just some ball bounces. Push the heels into the ground as you bounce up to activate the leg muscles and warm those up as we go. This might also be quite fun for your little one in there. And keep the pelvic floor slightly squeezed while you're doing this. And if you have any problems with a weak pelvic floor, you can also reduce the size of the bounce to take the load off of that pelvis. 3, 2, 1, and knee extension. So brace those abs. Alternate side to side. And often the second set is easier because now all of those neural patterns are firing, and those muscles have already done it once, so they know what to do. 2 more. 1 more. rotation. And you can add that leg lift for a bit of an extra challenge. And twist. Four more. 3, 2, and 1 into our pelvic circles. So it's a nice relaxed movement. Keeping the upper half of the body nice and still. 2 more this way. And other way. 6, 5, 4, 3, and 2, and 1. Okay, so standing up, we're going to get into our workout portion. So you will grab your ball, and the motion is a wood chop. So you're going to start down in a squat, ball towards one side, and then come up, ball overhead, squat, twist, and reach. So notice that the twist is controlled. I'm keeping my abdominals braced, so it's not an uncontrolled launch of that ball overhead. You can give that foot a bit of a twist as you reach up, squeezing that glute. Your heart rate should start to increase slightly through these. 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch to the other side. So down, and then up and over to the opposite side. Keep the chest open as you squat. Down and up. Keep it going. Your arms should also be getting a bit of a workout as you lift that ball. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're then going to go into a squat lunge series. So, ball in front of you. You're going to squat and then lunge, ball overhead. Squat, lunge, down. And you keep switching from side to side. Down. If that split lunge is a bit aggravating, if you've got any pain there, you can stay with double leg squats. Otherwise, we've got 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. And just let that ball down, roll the shoulders out a bit. It's quite an arm workout too. Just for 3 more. 2, and 1, And we're going to keep working the legs. You're now going to place the ball against the wall and leaning back into it. Start with the ball kind of around mid-back area, not too low, and bring those feet a little bit wider than hip distance apart. You're going to come down into a squat, making sure your knees are at a nice 90-degree position. Holding it here, going to lift one heel and then back down. So there's also a little bit of a squat pulse as you lift one heel. And I can already feel that working my hamstrings and my quads. And if those legs are really burning, you can come up and just do some simple squats and work your way up to that squat hold with the heel lift. Lift. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and come up. Okay, let's give the legs a bit of a break and move into some arm work. So now ball is on the wall, and we've got our hands either side. You're going to walk your legs back until you're in a bit of a diagonal position. Here, you're not letting everything go completely. You're bracing the abdominals, tucking the pelvis under slightly. Shoulder blades down the back, lowering yourself down into a push-up and then extend. The further away your legs are, the more challenging this is going to be, and the closer you are, the easier. So my elbows are pointing downwards rather than outwards here. And it's almost like I'm trying to touch the tip of my head to the ball. So you should really feel your triceps working here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're going to hold a push-up kind of halfway down and just wiggle the ball here for 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come up. Whew. Okay, we're going to move down onto the mat, still working our shoulders for a bit. So bring the ball in front of you and take the knees out a little bit wide to give you some stability. Brace those abdominals and bring that ball in front of you. We're just going to start with some overhead lifts. So overhead and then down to 90, keeping the shoulder blades down the back. As the arms come overhead, I'm also concentrating on keeping my abdominals braced and tense rather than letting them go. So I'm trying not to let my lower back arch. 2 more. 1, we've now got a diagonal lift. So down to one side and then up to the opposite. So like we did in the beginning in standing, now we've just got that movement with the arms. And this gives you a little bit of an ab workout in kneeling. As we get bigger and that belly gets in the way, some ab exercises become a bit difficult, but you can always work them in kneeling and standing. 2, 1, other side. Everything is controlled. It's not about speed. Down and up. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the ball in front of you, held at 90 degrees, and now you're just squeezing. So you're pulsing in against that ball as you keep it lifted in front of you. And I can feel that working. Just for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Last exercise. We've got a circle of the ball around the head. Once again, working that core, working those ab muscles in an upright position. 3, 2, 1. Other direction. Sweeping round. We've got 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and arms down. Okay, let's give those a bit of a break. You're going to move the ball in front of you, or let it stay in front of you, but now our elbows are going to come down onto the ball. I start with my hips over my knees, and we've got a hip rock, forward and back. So as you tuck the pelvis under, bring the hips forward, the ball rolls forward, and then we come back into our starting position. So it's almost like a kneeling plank. And what you really want to focus on is keeping that abdominal brace. You don't want to look down and start to see that your belly is starting to point or cone, or you've got almost like a hill running along the front of your belly, because then you'll know you aren't activating those deep abdominal stabilizers correctly. And we do have a video on how to activate those deep abdominal stabilizers, which you can check out after this. But just forward and back. Keep pushing out of the shoulders. Try not to sink into them. Forward, holding for a few seconds, and back. Have a look down to see what that belly is doing. Make sure you're keeping the correct form. Forward and back. We've got 3 more. 3, 2, and 1. Okay, we're going to work the glutes a bit, and we'll do this one of 2 ways. To get into the right position, you can actually start in sitting and just walk your feet forward until your back is sitting on the ball. Okay, so your back is on the ball, hips are lifted, and what we're doing here is just bringing our hips down and then squeezing back up. You can walk your legs a little bit forward to put more weight on those legs. Down and up, down and up. You can support your head with your hands here, just to take tension off of the neck. And as you lift the hips to the ceiling, you're really squeezing those glutes. Down and up. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then you'll bring the feet together, lift back up. And so this is a little bit more challenging. And we do the same thing in a narrow position. You can also place fingertips on the floor here to help you with stability if this is a little bit too challenging. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Okay, so we're going to do that again, but I'm going to show you an alternative position to really work the glutes if you can manage exercising on your back without feeling dizzy or faint. So you can either stay there, or you can bring the ball in front of you to place your feet on the ball here. And we do the same thing. So brace those abdominals. You're going to lift the hips up into a bridge, and you go down, squeeze up. So we're working those glutes again, but on that unstable surface with our feet on that ball, we're working a lot harder to stabilize the hips and the pelvis. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, down. And now if you're still up with your back on the ball, you're going to do the narrow bridges. But if you're on your back, we're going to give ourselves a bit of a challenge. So you're going to lift the legs up, straighten the knees just a bit, bend, and then down and up. Just a few of these because they are really intense. Two more. Last one. And relax. Okay, we're going to move into a bit of a cool down. So have those legs on the ball, knees slightly bent, and you can bring your arms out to the sides. You're just dropping the legs gently to one side, keeping the abdominals braced here, and then rocking to the other. So it's a nice gentle rock from side to side as we rotate through that back and just loosen up that lower back and pelvic area. Four, 3, 2, 1. Keep one leg on the ball. Bring the other knee up and out to the side. So belly can get in the way of that hip flexor or hip flexion movement. So just open that knee out to the side. And switch. Other leg. Okay, so come up into a kneeling position. Once again, ball in front of you. You're going to place your hands on the ball and just let the chest fall through the arms here. Inhale up and exhale, relax. Inhale up and exhale, relax. You're then going to take one hand and thread it through, adding a bit of a twist here. And then same on the other side. Okay, come up into a half kneeling position with one leg in front of the other hand on the ball. Keep the pelvis slightly tucked under as you bring your hips forward into a hip flexor stretch. Holding for a few seconds and then back into a hamstring stretch. Forward, stretch, hold, and then back. 2 more. And 1 more. Okay, switch sides. Pelvis slightly tucked under and stretch forwards and then back. Forward and back. 2 more. And 1. Okay, come into standing to once again sit on your ball and one hand behind the head, stretch out that triceps. Switch sides. Breathing throughout. Clasp your hands behind your back and just take your head down to one side, stretching out the neck area. And roll forward to the other side. Breathe. 1 more each way. And other side. Okay, that is our Swiss ball workout. So feel free to repeat that as many times as you want over the coming few weeks. Have a look at some of our other week-specific or pregnancy week-specific workout videos or advice videos if you have any questions about some of the conditions that tend to crop up during pregnancy. Subscribe so you know when our videos are coming out, and I look forward to seeing you again on Belly Strong.